WFLR Studios in Sarasota, Florida. Welcome to Indigenous in Music. I'm your host, Larry Knudsen. Today my guest is Gary Small. He is a tribal member of the North Cheyenne. He is here to tell us about his new group, Gary Small and the Coyote Brothers, and the debut of their new album, Hostiles and Renegades. How you doing, Gary?
I'm good, Larry. How are you today?
Doing good. You sound good. Coming in nice and clear.
I feel good.
Sound good? Feel good. And you're calling from Wyoming, you say, right?
I'm calling you from Sheridan, Wyoming, which is just almost into Montana.
Oh, cool. I know it's cold, right? I take it?
It is a beautiful spring day here. It's well into the 60s, and everybody's just loving it.
Great. Well, why don't we start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, about myself, huh? I'm trying to figure out where to start. I'm kind of old, so it's a long story.
Give you a half hour.
Yeah, you better give me the whole hour here. But, Northern Cheyenne, tribal member, and was born and raised here in Sheridan, Wyoming, and Kirby, Montana. We live like 20 minutes just south of the reservation. It's real close. And so I would go to school here, when I did go to school, I should say, and then, do a lot of summers out on the reservation at my uncle's ranch, and come from a long line of cowboys, but I'm the only musician in the whole family, believe it or not, where my dad had 9 brothers and 3 sisters, and so I have, believe it or not, about 50 first cousins.
Wow.
And just about all of them are cowboys and cowgirls, but I had to go the musician route, I guess, and
good.
And it's been a great ride so far.
Then you got a new CD, Hostiles and Renegades. Why don't you tell us about that?
I do. Well, I'll back up a little bit. In 2002, I made my first, what we call, full-blown Native American motifed album, and that was called Wild Indians. And
was that with the Coyote Brothers as well?
Well, that was a Gary Small Band,
okay.
Is what we called ourselves, and that's when I was living in Portland, Oregon at the time. And the beautiful thing about Portland, Oregon is exquisite musicians live there. I had some, pretty big heavyweights in my band. I had Graham Lear from Santana. He was Carlos's drummer for over a decade. I had Bobby Torres on the congas, and Bobby played Woodstock with Joe Cocker, and was in the Mad Dogs and Englishmen band, and so I had all these guys that just, are just superb playing guys, and I'm just so humbled that they would, spend some time with me. And I always strive, to look for really good musicians, and that's a little bit of a problem when you live in rural Wyoming like I do now. I have to fly a few guys in every once in a while to pull off the right sound,
Sure.
But anyway, I wrote the album, wanted to do a Native American album, and I was listening to a lot of different artists at the time, and it just came to me naturally to borrow from Afro-Cuban music, world beat music, reggae music. I could tell my story better in that format.
Right.
Now, I love blues, too. I pretty much grew up playing blues all my life, and but I could never tell a story about Native Americans, Indians, whatever you want to say, in that format. I never could do it. And you look at, reggae especially, take a look at Bob. Everybody knows Bob Marley's music. And you listen to his stories, those are indigenous stories about Jamaica.
Right.
And so it worked for Bob, so it works for me.
So now, how long is have you had the new band with the Coyote Brothers?
We've been together about 6 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, I unfortunately had to come back out of Portland. My father contracted a throat cancer, and I had to take care of him until his demise. And my life in Portland, I was burning the candle at both ends and in the middle, and I had to slow down. So I decided to stay in Sheridan. And it's a beautiful place. The world moves much slower here. And the beauty of it is, a little town like this, you're 5 minutes from everything. I don't put up with traffic like I did in Portland, and just that very fast-moving way of life. Albeit, I get bored really quick. I got to be doing something all the time.
So now your band members, they all live there with you then?
You know, believe it or not, the core group is 3 of us here, and we're all born and raised here in Sheridan.
Oh, nice.
The bass player is Joby Jennings. Joby's a Northern Cheyenne Indian, just like me. And Jim Willie is on drums, and he's got some Indian blood in him. We call him our Cheyenne catchcold, you know. He's not quite sure where it came from. But anyway, then we have various other musicians that we add to that core group. And, you know, the songs are not only about, you know, Indians long ago, but they're about Indians today and Indians in the future. I think that's really important. It's one thing I kind of notice with Native music, per se, is it gets a little bit on that romantic warrior side. And, you know, that imaginary type Indian. They're certainly not singing about the everyday Native American you see on the reservation today.
Exactly.
So I want to make sure it's all inclusive. And as I say to anybody, you know, I've done quite a few interviews lately since I put out the new album, and I tell them, you know, this is just my view. It's just what it means to me to be Indian. I'm not going to say, I'll tell you white people how Indians think, and I'm gonna tell you how things are. I don't approach it from that aspect at all. It's just my observation and the people that I grew up with, and you know the amazing things that people have said to me over the years. You know, songwriting's really the writing part's only 10%. It's the listening part. The other 90%, listening to people and remembering what they said and retaining those thoughts is really what good songwriting's about.
So now you're going to be at the NAMMYs this year, are you?
Well, yeah, we were very fortunate. The album is nominated for Best World Music, and I'm very humbled about this, but I'm up for Native Artist of the Year as well. So, yeah, I just was very shocked when they announced the nominations, and I was there.
You got some good stuff, good reggae sounding.
Thank you. I really enjoyed making the album. My buddy Graham Lear is on some of the tracks on drums. Great conga player that I played with for well over a decade, Catone Lyles, is on congas. Then let's see. Technology is such these days, you know, and you can now just email your tracks to somebody anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
they can load them up and add their parts. And I really wanted to have a strong backing female vocalist on this. And through Bobby Torres from Joe Cocker's band, he introduced me to a gal. Her name's Pamela Poland, and Pamela is another one of those backing vocalists to the stars. You know, she's backed a lot of famous people. I believe Bonnie Raitt and I think she's got a resume that goes on and on.
Good team member.
Her and Bobby used to be in Joe Cocker's Mad Dogs and Englishmen. You know, with another Native American, Rita Coolidge. She was backing singer in those days.
Nice.
And so she's doing our backing vocal on the album. She just nailed it. You know, it's just really a pleasure to have her on there.
Great. Hey, we're going to take a break and play you a song from Gary Small and the Coyote Brothers and their new CD. Here's Reservation Town.
Reservation. His career cut short by a broken education. Glory days are gone. He's just a flash in the pan, and all that's left is this angry young man in a reservation town. Not far from here is a soul between four walls, and he can clearly see through his day. From this view between four face her cold hard reality. That was way back in 1987. Now all she says is there ain't no heaven in a reservation town. Not far from here is a soul between four walls, and he could clearly see through his daily confusion from his view between four walls. Yeah, yeah, yeah. God's gonna save the hay. You better see it my way, and you best better be changing your ways. You ain't gonna find Jesus if you don't come see me today. I watched that old man smile and just turn away in a reservation town not far from here. Is a soul between four walls, and he could clearly see through his daily confusion from his view between four walls. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In a reservation town, in a reservation town.
That was a tune from Gary Small and the Coyote Brothers, their new CD. That was Reservation Town. We're back with Gary. Gary, how you doing? Still there? Hanging there with me?
I am. It's a beautiful day here. I'm sitting here with my dog, and we're just cruising.
So I was on your website earlier. It looked like you're filling up your schedule for touring.
Well, a little bit. We play the Northwest quite a bit, and we kind of range from South Dakota out to Oregon, Washington, and in that area. And of course, I'd love to come out to Florida. I only played Florida once, and I played at the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida.
Oh, nice! That's a good place to play.
Yeah, that was a fun trip.
So now, do you write all your own music, or the team participate?
Yeah, I write everything. I'm chief bottle washer, I sing, play guitar, write the songs. And arrange all the stuff. So
one-man show.
Indeed, keeps me busy, I tell you.
So now, what's your favorite guitar?
Well, for the music you're listening to,
yeah,
that is a Paul Reed Smith Santana 3.
Okay.
And it's into a Mesa Boogie Mark II C+, which is kind of a rare Mesa Boogie amplifier. It only made about 2,500, I believe. Very unique sounding amp, and for what I'm doing, that rig is by far the best. But, we also dabble into blues, and we don't dabble. We work pretty seriously at it. We get into blues, Cajun, rockabilly, and for that stuff, I've got different guitar setups for that kind of material.
Yeah.
So it kind of you just grab the right snow shovel, as I like to say.
So how old were you when you started? Snow. When you first started? Pardon? When you first grabbed the guitar, how old were you?
Actually, a little bit of a late starter, 14.
Okay.
So I started on bass guitar at about 12, and I started violin and viola, actually, when I was probably 9, 10 years old. And, you know, it was a very good thing to start with violin, because the one thing I really pride myself on is my vibrato. I like my vibrato to sound like a human voice, not some, you know, crazy guy on a guitar. You know, there's so many guys out there just have to play a million notes a minute and with these exaggerated notes. And for me, I think the guitar should be more reminiscent of the human voice.
Right.
You know, we all have those yakety yak friends who never shut up. You know, they don't even take a breath.
Yeah.
And a lot of guitar players, that's how they approach guitar too.
Just keep,
you know, just
strumming away.
I don't know. I never was that way. I mean, I wish I could play a million miles an hour when I want to, but I just never really strived for that style of guitar at all.
Mm-hmm. Who was your mentor, your musical mentor?
My musical mentor was B.B. King.
Okay.
I used to, before I even started violin, this is when we're talking like 6, 7, 8 years old, I used to stay up very late to watch The Tonight Show. And because I always know The Tonight Show, I always had that great band. And B.B. King was on there a lot, and I would just flip out when B.B. came on. And here he has a great vibrato too. I guess I'm evidently enthralled with vibrato, but I just loved it when he came on. And I met B.B. years later, you know, and what a nice man, you know, and just a great entertainer, and just loves other people. And here he is in his 80s, and he's still at it. I'm sure he doesn't have to if he doesn't want to.
He's still jamming in Vegas. So what's your plans for 2013?
Well, we're hoping to go to the NAMI Awards and walk out with one or two of those. And if you wouldn't mind a little plug, you know, if you really like my music, I certainly appreciate you going to the Native American Music Awards.com.
Sure.
And they have public voting right now, and I could sure use everybody's vote to help us secure that award.
And that's for Artist of the Year and Best World Music. So, and that's the NAMIs.com. You want
Categories 2 and 30, if anybody's got a pen.
Great. You can visit Gary Small and the Coyote Brothers on their homepage on the web at coyotebrothers.net.
Coyotebros.net.
Coyote. How do you spell that? Coyote. Coyote? Well, Gary, thank you for your time today.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Gosh, great to hear from you, and thanks for supporting indigenous music. If it wasn't for shows like yours, we wouldn't be heard.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Sarasota, and then we distribute it again into syndication on PRX, so you'll get some more airplay out there.
Oh, wonderful.
Great.
Wonderful.
I'll get you back on the show soon.
Please do. Call anytime.
Yep. We're going to play the title track. Here's one more tune from Gary Small and the Coyote Brothers. Here's Hostiles and Renegades.
Hostiles and renegades. Hostiles and renegades. Hostiles and renegades. Hostiles and renegades. Once so mighty, now they're all gone. The prodigal child of the rising sun, hunted down like a mighty buffalo, taken down with no place to go. Hostiles and renegades. Oh, hostiles and renegades. Hostiles and renegades. hostiles and renegades. Oh, hostiles and renegades. Hostiles and renegades. Freedom left ring since the day you were born. They tried to take it away at the Little Big Horn. Tried to bury your heart down out Wounded Knee. Blinded by gold, no, 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 they can't see, no. Hostiles and renegades. We're hostiles and renegades. Hostiles and renegades. Oh, girl, so long, but the spirit remains. Hostiles and renegades. Oh, hostiles and renegades. Hostiles and renegades. Hostiles and renegades. Oh! Hostiles and renegades. Well, hostiles and renegades. Hostiles and renegades. Well, hostiles and renegades. Hostiles and renegades. Oh, the hostiles, they don't know to bow down. Hostiles and renegades. Yeah, the renegades, they don't know how. Hostiles and renegades. Watch opportunity shall purify you. Hostiles and renegades. You got to free the spirit and to free the soul. Hostiles and renegades. Well, hostiles and renegades. Hostiles and renegades. Hostiles and renegades. Hostiles and renegades. Oh, so long with the spirit remains. Hostiles and renegades.
Gary Small and the Coyote Brothers coming soon to a venue near you. Call 307-674-4205 for bookings and information.